welcome to Little Learners. Today's video is a special one because it is all about child paths. Now, you've probably seen in many videos on my channel now that child paths have been sponsoring some videos on this channel, and I'm so grateful for their support, and I'm really passionate about what they do. So this video, rather than just being a sponsored segment, is all about child paths and why I think it's so great. This video is sponsored by Child Paths, and we will be finding out more about them right now. So what is Child Paths? Child Paths is an easy-to-use management software for early years and primary schools. This platform, this software, has everything you need to run your setting or school. The aim is to reduce paperwork and to be able to spend more time with the children. Obviously, I come from an early years background, so a lot of the examples I give are to do with early years settings, but all of this will apply to primary schools as well. Child Paths was founded by Kieran Flynn, who I have met, and he is so passionate about what they do at Child Paths. It is really inspiring. When Kieran's daughter was going to an early years setting, he quickly realised that it wasn't just babysitting, and actually so much goes on in the early years setting. He wanted to help with his child's development. He wanted to learn more and know how to support her. He just didn't know how to do it, so he created a platform that would bridge the gap between the setting or school and the parents. This would enable parents to know more about their child's development and support it at home, and it would also enable settings and schools to be able to communicate with parents as well as manage their everyday at their setting or school. They collaborated with lots of different agencies to make sure that this platform would be accurate in what children need to be doing in terms of their development, and would also give relevant next steps for children and give practitioners what they need and also give parents what they need. For example, they worked closely with the Adult and Child Therapy Network to develop their very unique development tracker called Milestones, which I've spoken about on this channel before and I will speak about again in this video. So, how does it work? Practitioners have access to the platform, and there are a range of different things you can do on here, from of course tracking a child's development all the way to the finance of your setting. You can deal with your curriculum on here, you can share information with parents and guardians, you can even get permission slips for trips on this. You just send it out to the parents and they sign it on their end and it comes back to you, and there's no paperwork, no worrying about collecting different slips, physical slips, no more printing countless letters to go home. This can be your main method of communication, aside from face-to-face, one-on-one communication, obviously. Every child has a kind of profile on this platform, and it's really detailed. So you can log any allergies, medicine, attendance. You can see activities that children have been doing. You can log nappy changing and sleeping if that's relevant. You can log observations on this software. So in early years settings, you can be taking pictures, writing notes, and we'll talk about that a bit more in a moment. And that is accessible from the child's profile. There's even a Montessori aspect to this as well, if that's relevant for your setting. So I mentioned observations. Let's get on to that, because we all know that I love a good observation system. So in early years, of course, we are taking observations of children all the time. We don't have to log them with copious amounts of paperwork anymore, but of course we want to keep a record of what children are doing, and it's a great way to involve parents. So you can take a photo of a child doing whatever activity they're doing, and then you can upload it to an observation on Child Paths. You can link it to the different areas of learning, you can link it to characteristics of effective learning, you can say whether this was child initiated or adult led, write a description of what the child was doing, and also write down what the proposed next steps might be. You can then decide whether or not you want to share this with parent or guardians, and then the parents can see it and they understand what their child's been doing. They can share this with their child at home so that their child can tell them more about what they've been doing at school, because we all know that when our child comes home from school and you ask them, what have you done today? They say, nothing, or can't remember, or in the case of my son, everything. So this is just such a wonderful way to not only record all of those observations that we want to keep, but also to bridge that gap of communication between setting and parent or carer. We also have the milestones feature, and I do have a video that has a lot of information about that. I will link all of my Child Paths videos in the description box down below so that you can find the bits that you're interested in. But essentially the milestones feature allows you to track a child's development based on their age and stage. It gives you an idea of what to expect that child to be doing at a particular age, and if they are not hitting those milestones that we would expect, it can give you an action plan of how to encourage that child to develop those skills and how to support them. So not only is this system a way of tracking progress and development, it's also giving practitioners the tools they need to help a child progress even further. And the wonderful thing about this, of course, is that if your child goes to a setting where they use Child Paths from when they are 6 months old, and they continue going to a school that is using Child Paths, this all carries through. So they could be in year 5 and you can still see all the information from when they were 6 months old, and you can really see that trend of development. You can see the areas that they are excelling in, the areas that they need more support in, and how that journey has gone from the very beginning. You can be logging attendance on here, you can be doing your finance accounts on here, so you don't need several different systems for your one setting. You can pretty much do everything you need with Child Paths. This means that you don't need several logins for several different systems and platforms, you don't need different passwords for everything, and you don't have to be printing as much or photocopying as much because it's all in one place. If you're interested in using Child Paths but you're worried about implementing a whole new system in your setting, then I've got news for you. One of the greatest things is that Child Paths offers you a demo. So you can actually go onto their website and either create a dummy account so that you can have a look at how it all works. It's got pretend children on there for you to look through, see how the system works, or you can actually book a demo with one of the people at Child Paths and they will talk you through it and give you all the information that you need. I will put all the info for that in the description box, of course. So you can try before you buy, and that is super helpful when you want to know where you should be spending your money for your school and your setting. But don't just take it from me, let's have a look at what settings who are using Child Paths every day have to say. Busy Bees Childcare says that Child Paths is not only extremely important for record keeping, reduction of paperwork and meeting ever-changing policy and regulations, but also as a communication link between children, families and their services. Parents love the pictures and information they receive daily and share it with their children. At Irish School, a nursery and primary school based in Cairo in Egypt, they say that they've had consistent communication with the Child Paths team. They've had guidance, aid, technical setup information and training. They said that one of their greatest concerns was their teachers being comfortable using Child Paths, but after working with the Child Paths team, the school is ignited with interest and excitement for this new means of communication. They said it's an absolute game changer for them. And I suppose you don't really get much better than that. So if you want to try a demo of Child Paths, take a look at the link in the description box down below. That will take you to the page to find out more about it. So thank you so much to Child Paths for sponsoring this video and the other videos that they've sponsored. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos on the Little Learners channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell. And don't forget, I offer one-to-one support via video calls. If you want help to support your child's development, or you are about to start teaching and you want a bit of support, then do get in touch with me. You can find out more at my website, littlelearners.education. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.